guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are doing part one. That is right, guys, part one of the Temple Rift, the Grand Hunt. So I'm going to go through this team specifically in this video. So far we got 140 billion damage. You can see a ton of damage on this video. Still trying to get into that top 1,000. If I do, it is a free avatar frame out of there. So again, I'm going to run through the team comps we have in here. There are a few different formations because remember, I don't have the awakened version of Brutus and I do not have the awakened version of Taylene. So both of those heroes, unfortunately, in my formations are out. And this is a little bit more of a basic formation. I'm going to do some variations kind of again in the next video. Seeing the variations in the different heroes that we have in here. So looking at this one, guys, we have Mishka, we have Queen for crowd control, we have Mortis in here for buffs, we have Kren as our main damage, we have Silas in here as our buffer and also our healing factor. So the key to this one, guys, is Queen and Mishka will actually keep everyone together. Kren, of course, is going to ult, similar to what we've seen in the past with Oden. Now looking at the badges we have in here, guys, Shadow Strike we are putting on Mishka. We were running the Warrior's Creed, again, for the crowd control effect on Queen. We have the Curse Breaker, which is going on Mortis. We do have the Shadow Fall, which is going to be on Kren. And then we do have the Hammer of Punishment, which is going to go on Silas to finish out this first group. Now, team number two, we have Saurus, which again is going to be the healing aspect. You have to have him at that plus 30. Prince of Persia is in here again for this crowd control aspect. We have Raku in here with the crowd control. Of course, they're going to give him a big bonus damage in there. Athalia for damage, and then Aziz not only for the attack rating mitigation, but also for the crowd control to bring everyone together to allow Prince of Persia to actually ult, and also to energy regen this whole entire one. Now looking here, guys, we have the Claw of Seeking on Saurus. We have the Sword of Triumphant right here on Prince of Persia and on Athalia. We have the Warrior's Vigil on Aziz, and then of course the Shadow Strike right there because of the shielding effect that he is going to get on Raku. Looking at team three, this one, massive damage, guys. Lucretia and Grez within this one. We have Halos in the back, Rowan, and then we have the twins for the super cycle. So essentially Halos is going to shield everybody in here. Grez is going to keep the enemy actually locked down with the ads, and it's just going to be massive damage with the twins. Looking at the badges, Shadow Strike, of course, attack speed because she shields herself. Grez, Master of All, because he is going to be summoning all those minions. We have the Horn of Inspiration on Halos. We have Divine Mercy, that is on Rowan, and then of course the Warrior's Vigor, which is on the twins to round out team number three. Team number four, this is the Gorvo team. So Gorvo with his damage retaliation effect does an incredible amount of damage. Ideally, you want him built up much higher than I have him here. But again, we're working with what we do have. I got a couple more levels on the beacon because we have around 6 days left, guys. And this is done. That will be it for the second season. So looking here, we have Gorvo, we have Scrag, of course, is going to provide the energy regeneration and also the attack rating with his 9 of 9 furniture when he's on the enemy side. Rain for the buffs. We have Merlin in here for the buffs. A Star, Little Peanut does an incredible amount of damage, guys. When she ults, her damage is very high for a support hero. So overall, guys, Gorvo is going to be the main one. Again, sitting on that Sword of Triumphant like we have for most damage dealers. We have the Skull Cracker that is on Scrag. We have the Sword of Triumphant again that is on Rain. We have the Resurging Stars that is on Merlin, and then the Divine Mercy on A Star. You're beginning to notice a lot of the badges are actually the same. Some of the badges in here are not effective by any means, meaning that it's not going to be very beneficial to put it on there. Final one, of course, Drez, guys, needs to be built up much higher. He is the primary damage dealer in here. Again, not having the awakened version of Taylene, I'm going with the regular version. We have Hodgkin in here for the buffer. We have Rosaline in here for the super cycle when it comes to Drez. Damon, of course, for the shielding and also the support that he does in here, the survivability aspect. Looking at our badges again with the Sword of Triumph. We have the Stone of Lament, which is on Hodgkin. That way he has the retaliation. Horn of Inspiration, of course, giving Drez more damage in there. Shadow Strike because we do have Damon with his shielding, and then Divine Mercy is going to be the final one for Talene. So with my improved badges, again, I was at 140 billion. I'm going to do one attempt in here, and then I'm going to see exactly where we land, again, with having our badges up a little bit higher, hoping it's going to make a big difference in the damage we're doing. And I want to see room for improvement. So right there, guys, Kren right off the bat gets buffed. Now, I do not have the plus 60 with his engraving, which means his damage is considerably lower. Looking at the badges that we have, though, Queen and Mishka are keeping everyone together, which Queen died actually pretty early, I mean 30 seconds in, which could be very detrimental for this team. Even though I built her up, I got her in the engraving, guys. She died really fast. We can't have her dying out that fast. Again, some of this is the RNG aspect, which you're seeing right here, but still doing pretty solid damage. Even though we don't have her in there for the damage amplification, it would make a big difference. Guys, but look at the engrave, or the enrage. Enrage is almost 1800 already, and it just continues to maximize our damage in there. Number two, again, kind of putting them together, hoping that the Prince of Persia can lock them down, because remember, Raku gets that damage amplification factor when they are crowd controlled, which it looks like it's a little bit slower on the damage here than I want it to be. Incredibly, a lot slower than what we just seen with Kren. This is a team that we might have to look at doing some adjustments. But you can see, guys, the Prince of Persia is ulting so fast that he's pretty much locking everyone down. Now, the big thing is, guys, as this enrage goes up, the chance for his crowd control to hit actually goes down. So again, that's one of the changes they made a little while ago, is the ultimate ability can actually be resisted when it gets to a certain point with that enrage timer, which, even looking at the damage, guys, this team needs to do a lot more damage. Again, ideally, this one would have the awakened version of Brutus, but I do not have him built up by any means. This one, of course, massive, massive damage on more real, guys. When you stack Grez with Lucretia, you put Halos in here for the shielding, then you put the twins in here. Rowan is just feeding energy for these twins, guys, allowing this to just literally super cycle through this over and over and over again. Twins, I could have a little bit higher. It would probably make a big difference, but Lucretia and Grez pretty well built out here. You can see we're even 50 seconds in, almost 20 billion damage, doing a lot of damage. And again, I feel like if I can adjust one or two of these formations, or make one or two of these just a little bit stronger, I could squeak. Right now I'm at about 2%, the top 2%, which is awesome. I know there is a considerable amount of time left, so the chance to land in that top 1,000 is probably not there, just because some of the key heroes, including Awakened Brutus, we do not have built at this time. And as you can see, guys, I'm not using Awakened Thane in here. I'm not using the Awakened version of Talene in here. And of course, we don't have the Awakened version, or we don't have Solus in here either. Now this one, again, if I had Gorvo built out a little bit more, if I had Drez built out a little bit more, I feel like we could do far better. I think we could do a lot better within these formations. But it's funny because look at the damage here, guys, in comparison to our other teams. And then, of course, Drez. We got the buffs up here. Trying to keep Drez alive, guys, is when he starts ulting. And again, his furniture makes big, huge difference when it comes to his damage. It is the furniture that really drives Drez. I know his signature item shields him, deals with some of the survivability, but again, his damage is coming from that ultimate. If you don't have his furniture, which I do not, you can see, guys, the damage is pretty minimal compared to where it should be. Doing far less damage, even with all the badges and everything behind it. Even there, 140 was still my best. So we did 132. So unfortunately, a little bit lower. But again, you have to work with what you have, guys. You can only utilize the heroes that you have. So that'll do it for today's video. Again, I hope this formation helps you out, guys. I've been running through a couple different ones. In a little bit, I'm going to have the second part of this, changing up some of the formations, see if we can get that score a little bit higher than the 140 billion by changing up some of the formations. So again, guys, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.